Chris Haynes. Chris, well done there. Those conversations aren't easy. So what was your takeaway from that interaction with KD?
Well, first of all, my takeaway, let me say this. KD ain't sunning me on national TV. I'll tell you that like that. That ain't happening. I'm going back and forth. But no, I knew that's a delicate situation. Obviously, the criticism he's faced this week in not shooting and not, I guess, stepping up to the plate when it comes to his matchup with Patrick Beverley. So I understood, you know, before the questioning, that it could come off a certain type of way.
Sure.
But look, all I wanted to know and all I wanted to ask and get from that was, moving forward, which KD are we going to see now?
Right.
Are we going to see the guy who, you know, averaged 12 shots in the first 2 games, or the guy who just exploded and was aggressive from the start? That's it. So my takeaway from that is that, look, I think he's he feels like, I guess he feels like we shouldn't be questioning
Yes.
him. And you know, he's the pro. He knows what the team needs and what they've been doing as of late to be successful. So I think he felt that type of way as far as the way I was questioning him. Yeah. Not that what I was doing, but I just want to know, what are we going to get moving forward? That was it. That was the extent.
We're looking at it. You take 24 shots in the first 2 games. You take 23 shots in game 3. Okay, the way you played, you're in attack mode. You didn't wait for the thing. You didn't try to post him up on the block. Now, maybe, you know, Steve Kerr says, instead of posting you up on the block, we're going to put you at the top of the key. So, therefore, it's going to have to, they'll come from a distance, a further distance. But they were trying to make Kevin Durant. The Clippers are trying to make Kevin Durant a passer. They know that's not his specialty. He's an assassin. He's a marksman. He guts you by scoring 30 to 40 on you, not by having 10 assists. That's not his game. So, and the thing is, this notion that I know what we saw. And you know what you saw. Kevin Durant, you weren't aggressive. You took 8 shots and you took 16 shots. That's what you did, and you took 23 tonight. So whether or not we played the game, whether or not we coached the game, or whether or not we put a team together, I know what we saw, and we saw a different Kevin Durant in game 3 than we saw in game 1 and 2. So however you did it or wherever you did it, that's unimportant to us, is that you did it. Now, moving forward, which Kevin Durant, with the real Kevin Durant? Were you behind door number 3 or you behind door 1 and 2?
That's always been the billion-dollar question. That question, the answer to that question will win or lose this NBA championship, because who is he? Which guy's going to emerge? All I heard right there was our man Chris Haynes stating the blatantly, painfully obvious. You were just stating the obvious to him, and Kevin is so defensive, so thin-skinned to the media that he's just going to push back on everything. And you could have said, Kevin, it's dark outside. He said, no, the sun's shining outside. No, Kevin, it's 10 o'clock at night. I promise, I was just outside. It's dark. No, the sun's out. Oh, so this time, what I caught in that I hadn't caught before was, he said, the coach just called more plays for me. Oh, so he's putting it back on Steve Kerr. It's your fault. Right. You just didn't call plays for me in games 1 and 2. I'm sure that's not quite the case, not quite the case, because Kevin just got it in his head. He went to Golden State to play beautiful basketball, to share the basketball, and he got in his head, if they're going to double me or almost play box and one on me, I'm going to be a facilitator tonight, because he wanted to prove everybody, because LeBron, it's head-to-head, you know. He wants to show he can pass, and he can pass the basketball, except he was passing to the Clippers a lot in game 2, right? Because he had 9 turnovers.
Exactly.
And it killed him. And last night, I'm sure they called more plays from the start, but I also saw him a couple times just say, I got this. You know, as soon as the ball touched his hands, he's just going to go left or right, and he's just going to pull up, and nobody can stop that.
No.
He is the most unstoppable scorer, very possibly in the history of the league. Very possibly. And I'm the biggest Jordan fan you can find. But this is 7 feet tall, shooting it from up there. And at that apex, nobody can touch that. Either he's going to miss it, or it's going to the bottom of the net.
So if that's the case, so somebody's lying. Because Steve Kerr says, I want you to take 20 to 30 shots. Well, how is he going to take, Steve, 20 to 30 shots if you're not calling plays for him? Kevin Durant, you said that's not your... I'm not going to take 20 to 30 shots. That's not what I do. I play within the floor, within the stretch of the floor of the game. Now, somebody misrepresenting the truth. Boy, that's a better way of saying somebody lying. I believe Kevin Durant, for whatever reason, he chose to play that style because he says, okay, Patrick Beverley, they're going to come with a double team. I'm in the low post. I'm going to post up. They come. I'm going to pass out of it. Last night, Kevin Durant looked different.
Yeah.
He was aggressive. He shot the ball early in the shot clock. He was 1-2 dribble, pull up. In transition, he was dunking the ball. He was chasing to the rim, getting putbacks. Kevin Durant did not play like that in games 1 and 2. No, you know what, Kevin Durant? I've never played in the NBA, but I watched a lot of NBA games, and you did not play the way you played last night. You did not play in the previous 2 games. That's all we said. It's not like we said, "Oh, you were bad. You were bad." You're still Kevin, like you said. I'm Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
You know I'm Kevin Durant, right? Yep. We know that. And that's what makes us upset, because we know you Kevin Durant, and we know you can do that.
Well, I want to add this too. Look, I didn't take offense by that. You know, I know Kevin. I know KD. I know how he responds. So I knew going in it could be some drama.
Right.
But with all that being said, you know, he gave me a brief one-on-one, and he talked about, look, I'm just happy with all that's going on this week, all the criticism I received. I'm just happy we're talking about actual basketball, not my decision that's coming up over the summer.
Oh.
So, you know, he brought that. I wrote that, for Yahoo Sports. But no, after all of that.
He brought up.
But he brought it up. But he don't want to say, he don't want to talk about, hey, man, I don't want to talk about my free agency.
Yeah, I'm glad we're not talking about my free agency. Remember, my free
wants
But
to
it has been hard for him.
focus on
How
basketball.
is that hard?
He wants to focus on basketball.
It's lingering.
Guys, I made it.
Wants to know.
Look, there have been no decisions made on my future. When that time comes, you guys will be the second to know, because I'll be the first to know, because I got to make the decision. But right now, I'm just hooping it up. That's all you got to do. But when you become confrontational, guess what? I got to prod a little bit no, because I need to know what's really going on. KD, have you made a decision? Are you and Kyrie a package deal? Where you going? Are you going to stay in Golden State? If you coming to Golden State, are you going to the Knicks? Because that's what everybody's saying.
You'll be asking that right now, huh?
I'll be... No, I wouldn't ask.
First round.
Would you ask the tough question?
Oh, yeah.
First round of playoffs?
Yeah.
I would
KD,
tell you.
I mean, word on the street is you and Kyrie a package deal. That's what the word on the street. And you know I'm in these streets.
Oh, man.
So I have been closely observing Kevin Durant for a long time, back to his 1 year at the University of Texas, and he has baffled and confounded me from the start, because he can be this bizarre mix of insecure, because there was some insecurity last night, what he was saying, and supremely, arrogantly confident on the basketball court, because no one's had more weight of the NBA world on their shoulders than he had in 2 finals ago, when he had left Russell Westbrook and joined forces with the defending, not the defending, but because they had just lost, but that Golden State dynasty. And I thought he just might have a hard time in that finals against LeBron the first time, and he just took it over. It was unbelievable. He won me completely over with that. So none of this drama.
No, he didn't.
Affects.
What won you over is that he did it to LeBron. It could have been anybody.
That's what it was.
Well, you said LeBron was the king, and then all of a sudden he got deposed.
How we get to it's Kevin Durant,
Yeah,
Steve Kerr back there. How we get back to LeBron? That was your fault, Shan. That was you this time.
No, he gonna talk about the reason why I fell in love with Kevin Durant is because he shot it right between the eyes of the king in the king's house. No, that's not why.
Shot it right between his eyes.
No, that's not.
I've never seen a better shot than that.
It was
except for Ray
right
Allen.
to his eyes.
It was great. It was a great shot. It broke. I was there. It broke my heart.
You were there.
But what?
That's when he proved for the first time and for the last time he is the best player on the planet.
Stop it.
Right there, huh?
He just is.
That shot right there.
Well,
huh?
how did that
So
was
we
the
not gonna.
passing of the mantle right there.
So Chris, we just gonna disregard that triple double.
That was
the man averaged a triple double for the
changing of
finals,
the guard.
and he was 4 assists away again from averaging another triple double. So we just gonna disregard that.
He did have Kyrie and Kevin Love.
He didn't have Kyrie last year.
Well.
You know, the first series, Kevin Love and Kyrie got hurt in overtime. Kevin Love didn't play.
Okay.
I sure would love to see KD go to an NBA final. And not have Russell Westbrook and James Harden, and not have Stephen Clay. Woo, but that'd be a beautiful thing, wouldn't it, Skip? Because that's what LeBron James is doing.
Well, once upon a time in Oklahoma City, Russell went down early in the playoffs, and against the Memphis Grizzlies back when they were Memphis.
I remember that.
Kevin came up a little small in that series. Yeah, came up a little small. So I had my doubts.
Because we know my guy. My guy put it in the basket.
Yeah.
Put the lotion in the bag.
Where is your guy?
I knew that
Yeah,
question
where
was
is
coming.
he? Whatever happened to him?
You know what?
Do we know?
I bet Adam Silver wish he was there because the NBA playoffs are down 26%.
I heard that.
That's what my guy is. My guy
I heard
is.
that.
Wait a second. Outside those light poles at Staples Center, are they putting missing posters up?
Don't do
LeBron?
this, Skip.
missing.
Don't do that. I'll tell you what, I bet the NBA
Missing.
the NBA
He's
wish
missing.
LeBron was in the
You wish he
playoffs.
was in
We do.
Yeah,
we miss
I
him.
miss him. I miss him
Oh,
myself, Shaq.
Yeah,
I
miss
miss
him
the
too.
La Drama, man.
No, you don't. There you go.
I do. I miss the La
Why you
Drama.
just-
It's the greatest show on earth.
Why you
It
just-
is. I'm serious. I'm not even
But Skip,
exaggerating.
it's still going on right now.
Yeah, I was
The
gonna
boys not
say.
playing.
Yeah, sometimes it rises above the playoffs.
Why you just can't say, you know what, I miss LeBron being in the playoffs because, you know, he's the GOAT. He's one of the greatest players. Even if you don't say GOAT, he's one of the 2 or 3 greatest players
You know
of
what?
all time.
I'll give you this. He's the drama goat. He is.
There you go.
Am I right?
There you go, John. The drama king, the
He is that,
drama.
but he's a lot more than that, too.
He's pretty.
You know what? You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Hey, Chris, good stuff.
Love you guys.
You keep asking the right questions, and then we'll keep talking about it. We'll see you soon. Will Russell Westbrook get the Thunder back in the series tonight? We
question.
will discuss next.
You go to